How about Twitch? You have much experience with Twitch?
I do not have a lot of experience with Twitch. You might have to tell me about that
Have you
one.
ever
And
seen
then
it? Have
I
you
can
ever
tell
been
you,
on it?
I have seen it briefly. It was not something I adopted, but
Yeah, it ties into this theme that I'm really thinking about and chewing on for next year, which is it's the normalization of the creator, right? The YouTuber, the Mr. Beast of the world, the Twitch streamer. And so for those listening, if you haven't heard, you just need to check it out. It's like, consider it modern societal business homework. Actually, that didn't really sell it very much. Consider it like something you should just check out to understand where content creation and where education and entertainment can really collide for simple people. So what Twitch is basically a platform where you can go watch people do many different things, like it above board, G-rated. This isn't the other site. So you can go watch people play video games.
This is the video game one.
Yeah,
yes.
You can watch them play video games, but not just video games. You can watch them. I remember scrolling past, there was this one lady who's just sitting there crocheting, and chatting about life. Other people were painting, and other people were doing some graphic design work for some of their projects, and they were just doing the design. And you could just sort of
pottery guy on Twitch.
Pottery guy.
Yes, there's a pottery guy on Twitch.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
Does he talk a lot, or is he just kind of
no, not at all?
No,
not at all. Just makes pots.
Got it. Okay. So there's people doing this stuff, right? And then the next level of that, where you have maybe the gamers are really good at this, is they're set up so that they can still play the game and do whatever they're doing, and they can see the chat. And there's a chat where you can interact with that person and everyone else that's watching that person, and interact with each other. You can earn points. You can place bets on things that are happening. You can basically entertain yourselves around the situation that's occurring in front of all of you on the screen.
Okay.
And it's fascinating that this exists. And it is kind of interesting to watch if you find that particular game or that particular thing that you like. There's really quite of a thing happening where people are watching other people play games as opposed to playing them themselves. Interesting. But one of the things, tying it back to business and maybe putting our serious hats on for a second, is that these people are absolutely fantastic at not only curating, but controlling and entertaining crowds, mass crowds of people with like zero or little training. And these people are interacting, telling their friends, bringing more people to it. They're donating, they're paying for things, right? So there's a whole economy around it, but these people are masters of this. And so when I look at a Twitch streamer, and then I go look at our modern marketing webinars, the contrast is like massive. It's like, this can't possibly be real. And it is. Why would you possibly ever go listen to a webinar about something boring, where even the people talking are boring, where over here there's this Twitch streamer who's very interesting, very exciting, and knows about their particular topic, be it pottery or crochet or that game. They might be a master at playing that game. So it's like, I see two things where both people might be experts at whatever they're talking about, but one is highly entertaining and even pays for itself with that entertainment. And the other one is almost like a check in the box in the marketing checklist.
Right. So just a more organic way to reach people, to kind of have those conversations that aren't as webinar-y.
Right. It's the method that you learn from them. Because some of the people are sharing strategies, say playing Risk or something. They're sharing all these strategies. So you're literally learning from them, just like you might be on a webinar. But man, is it so much more interesting to listen to. And I feel like, just like how we've gotten so spoiled with an Amazon checkout or finding a show on Netflix, it's so easy to navigate. We're getting more and more trained to just not be able to put up with boring content, boring entertainment, boring education, right? It was hard to pay attention to school anyways. And some of that boringness has translated into the business world. I've sat on webinars where we were all just sort of wondering, like, what are we doing here? And this is so boring. And the person was reading off from a script too. It was terrible.
That's why those buzzword bingo cards were invented, to make it more interesting.
Is that where you drop a word into the...
That's where you send out the scorecard ahead of time, the little bingo card, and then you listen on the webinar. It was a sales thing. Every time they said,
listeners.
Oh yes, every time they said things like leaky bucket or
strategy,
exactly,
strategic direction.
Q4, year end. There were all these words that we used to put on the bingo card and quietly, bingo, I won.
Right.
But no, I mean, yeah. So Twitch gives you this really authentic way to connect with people, and it'd be interesting to see where that goes in 2023. I can't make like a high level prediction there because I don't have quite enough experience with it, but ultimately they're a subsidiary of Amazon. So how does Amazon take that and roll that in differently? Will they end up, what everyone's adding e-commerce and things like that? Will they push more e-commerce options towards Twitch and let these people organically sell? Because the other area that we're seeing this huge rise in that kind of gets into that influencer space that you were talking about, where they're influencers in their own right, is this UGC content and user generated content, and where there are entire agencies being formed around this now where people can submit videos of them with everyday products.
Cool.
And companies can buy these user videos and use them as ads because they've seen what happened on TikTok when someone shared a Dyson vacuum that glows the floor green, which I bought for myself because how cool.
Yeah.
But, people were using it and everyone's like, oh, the link's in my link tree, the link's in my bio. And they were selling stuff. And now the companies want to get in on that. They were happy to have the sales that the person was referring. And now they want to be able to push those sales and own the revenue themselves.
Hell yeah. I know Amazon is sending microphones to people who leave several video reviews of books and products. They're upping that user generated content. Amazing. Yep. I see it being a year of the YouTube streamer coming to business, the Twitch streamer coming to business. We can only translate that and that showmanship, and then also even the quality, right? You don't need corporate enterprise level quality, but you do need that YouTube level, like a really good YouTuber has all the right equipment, microphones, cameras, all that jazz. Translating that into the business world, taking a page out of their book. Maybe, find yourself your favorite YouTuber and ask them a couple questions, and maybe you can learn from them or from us. And next time doesn't have to be next week. Life's too short, and we have way too much to talk about. Find show notes full of takeaways, lessons, and links at creatingthegreatestshow.com. For more information on launching your own podcast or working with us to produce your existing show, come on down to the big tent at ringmaster.com. Until then, friends, whatever you do, do it with all your might. Work at it, if necessary, early and late, in season and out of season, not leaving a stone unturned and never deferring for a single hour that which can be done just as well now. P.T. Barnum.